Women don't cheat with their bodies first. They cheat with their words. And right now, she's telling you exactly what she's doing. You're just not hearing it. Last week, she said something that sounded completely innocent. Maybe it was, "I need space," or "I'm working late tonight," or "He really understands me." And you didn't think twice about it. But that phrase? That was a confession. While you're looking for lipstick on the collar, deleted texts, or late nights at the office, she's been admitting the affair to your face in 6 specific phrases. Phrases so perfectly disguised as normal conversation that 85% of men never catch them. Here's a truth that will haunt you. She's not hiding it. You are just not trained to see it. Today, I'm exposing the 6 phrases women say right before or during an affair. Once you hear them, you'll realize she's been confessing for months. And you'll never trust her words the same way again. If you've ever felt something was off but couldn't prove it, if your gut screamed at you but her explanation made sense, if you ignored the signs because you didn't want to be that guy, this video will change everything. Let's begin. Phrase 1. So-and-so understands me so well. She brings him up in conversation. Again. For the 3rd time this week. "Oh, Marcus from work said the funniest thing today. You know, Dave really gets what I'm going through. I was talking to James about this, and he totally understood." At first, you don't think anything of it. She's allowed to have friends, right? She's allowed to talk to people. You're not some insecure, controlling guy who monitors every conversation. But here's what you're missing. When a woman repeatedly mentions another man's name, especially with admiration, with warmth, with that tone that says he sees me, she's not just talking about a friend. She's comparing you to him. And you're losing. Let me be clear about something. Women don't randomly praise other men unless they are building something in their mind. They don't say he understands me unless they feel like he don't. They don't light up when they mention someone's name unless that person is giving them something you're not. And that something? It's emotional connection. The gateway drug to infidelity. Most men think cheating starts with sex. It doesn't. It starts with a conversation. A moment where she feels heard. A joke that makes her laugh. A text that says, "I get you." And suddenly, there's someone else occupying mental real estate that used to be yours. When she says, "So-and-so understand me so well," what she's really saying is, "You don't understand me anymore." And he does. That's not friendship. That's the foundation of an affair. Here's how this plays out in real life. She starts talking about this guy more often. She mentions things he said, things he did, things he thinks. She starts comparing your reactions to his. "Well, when I told Marcus about this, he said, oh, James would never react like that." And you let it slide because you don't want to seem jealous. You don't want to be that guy. So you stay quiet. You tell yourself it's nothing. You trust her. But trust isn't the issue here. Psychology is. Because what's happening beneath the surface is something called emotional transference. She's transferring the intimacy she used to share with you onto someone else. She's building a bond. She's creating a connection. And every time she mentions his name with that tone, she's reinforcing it. Now, does this mean every woman who talks about a male friend is cheating? No. But pay attention to the pattern. Is she talking about him more than she talks to you? Does she defend him when you question it? Does she get defensive when you ask who he is? Does she smile differently when his name comes up? If the answer is yes, then you're not imagining things. You're noticing the early stages of betrayal. And here's the kicker, she might not even be physical with him yet. But emotionally, she's already gone. Because when a woman starts seeking understanding from another man, she's already decided you're not enough. She's already opened the door. And all it takes is one moment of weakness, one late night conversation, one "he makes me feel alive" thought, and that door swings wide open. So what do? You address it. Directly. Calmly. Without emotion. I've noticed you mention Marcus a lot. What's going on there? Her reaction will tell you everything. If she gets defensive, dismissive, or angry, that's your answer. If she tries to gaslight you, tell you you're overreacting, accuse you of being insecure, that's also your answer. But if she pauses, if she's honest, if she says, "I didn't realize I was doing that," then you have a conversation, a real one, about what's missing. about what she's seeking elsewhere that she's not finding at home. Either way, don't ignore it. Because a man who ignores this phrase is a man who gets blindsided 6 months later when she says, "I've been seeing someone else."
Phrase 2. Don't worry, I'm just going out with friends. She says this with a smile. Casual, light, like it's the most natural thing in the world. Don't worry, I'm just going out with some friend tonight. And you say, okay, have fun. Because what else are you supposed to say? You're not going to be the controlling boyfriend who tells her she can't go out. But here's what you don't realize. She's not telling you where she's going. She's telling you not to ask questions. Let that sink in. When someone says don't worry, they are preemptively managing your concern. They are planting a seed in your mind that says this is normal, this is fine, there's nothing to see here. It's a psychological tactic called preemptive reassurance, and it's one of the most common tools used by people hiding something. Because if everything was truly innocent, she wouldn't need to tell you not to worry. She'd just say, I'm going out with Sarah and Jess tonight. We'll be at that bar on 5th Street. I'll text you when I'm home. But when the details are vague, when it's just some friends without names, without locations, without specifics, that's a red flag. Here's a pattern to watch for. Does this phrase show up more often than it used to? Is she suddenly going out more frequently? Are the nights getting later? Are the explanations getting shorter? And most importantly, when you ask follow-up questions, does she give you clear answers or does she deflect? Who are you going with? Oh, just some people from work. Which people? Why does it matter? You don't know them. That's not a conversation. That's evasion. Let me be brutally honest with you. If your woman is going out and doesn't want you to know the details, there's a reason. And that reason is almost never innocent. Maybe she's meeting him. Maybe she's testing the waters. Maybe she's creating opportunities for something to happen without technically lying about it. Because in her mind, if she says she's with friends and he happens to be there, she didn't lie. Right? Wrong. She's lying by omission. And that's worse. Because it means she's thought about this. She's planned this. She's constructed a narrative that protects her while keeping you in the dark. Now, some of you are thinking, but my girl goes out with her friends all the time. That's normal. You're right. It is normal. But there's a difference between a woman who goes out and a woman who's hiding something while going out. The difference is transparency. A woman who has nothing to hide tells you everything without you asking. A woman who's hiding something gives you just enough information to stop you from asking more questions. So here's what you do. You start paying attention to the details. Not in a paranoid way, not in a controlling way, but in an aware way. Does her story add up? Does she come home when she says she will? Do her friends know she was with them? Does she let you see her phone without getting defensive? If the answers make you uncomfortable, trust that discomfort. It's not paranoia. It's your instinct recognizing a pattern your conscious mind hasn't caught up to yet. And if you confront her and she accuses you of not trusting her, don't back down. Because the issue isn't trust. The issue is transparency. Trust is built on honesty. And if she's not being honest about where she's going and who she's with, then there's no foundation to trust. Phrase 3, I need more space for myself. This one's insidious because it sounds healthy. It sounds like self-care, like personal growth, like she's just taking time to focus on herself. I need more space for myself. And you, being the understanding guy you are, say, of course, babe, take all the time you need. But here's what you're not hearing. She's not asking for space to grow. She's asking for space to hide. Let me explain something about how women operate. When a woman is truly invested in a relationship, she doesn't need space from you. She needs space with you. She wants you involved in her growth, her goals, her life. She wants to share a journey, not take it alone. But when she starts asking for space, especially if it's sudden, if it's frequent, if it comes with vague explanations, it's because she needs room to do something she can't do with you around. Maybe it's talking to someone else. Maybe it's meeting someone else. Maybe it's creating distance so she can emotionally detach without you noticing. Here's a pattern. She stops sharing as much. She's less available. She's not as present when you're together. She seems distracted, distant, like her mind is somewhere else. And when you ask what's wrong, she says nothing, I just need space. But space from what? Space from you? Space from the relationship? Space from the commitment? Because here's the truth. Healthy space doesn't create distance. It creates clarity. But the kind of space she's asking for, it creates secrecy. Think about it. When she asks for space, what does she do with it? Does she use it to work on herself? To pursue hobbies? To spend time with family? To focus on her goals? Or does she use it to disappear? To be unavailable? To have time you can't account for? If it's the latter, you're not giving her space. You're giving her permission to cheat. Let me be clear. I'm not saying every woman who asks for space is cheating. But I am saying this. When a woman starts creating distance without explanation, when she starts pulling away without a clear reason, when she starts needing space that doesn't include you, something is off. And more often than not, that something is someone else. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Emotional affairs thrive in secrecy, and needing space is a perfect cover. Because now she has time alone. Time to text him, time to call him, time to meet him, all under the guise of working on herself. And you're sitting at home thinking you're being supportive, thinking you're being a good partner, thinking you're giving her what she needs. But what she needs isn't space from you. It's honesty with herself about what she's really doing. So here's what you do. You give her space, but you also set a boundary. I respect that you need space, but I also need transparency. So if you need time alone, that's fine. But I need to know we're still good. I need to know this isn't about pulling away from us. Her response will tell you everything. If she reassures you, if she explains what she's working on, if she makes you feel secure, then maybe it's legitimate. But if she gets defensive, if she accuses you of being clingy, if she turns it around on you, then you have your answer. Because a woman who truly needs space will help you understand it. A woman who's using space to hide will make you feel crazy for questioning it. Phrase 4. I'm working late tonight. Overtime, late meetings, a deadline that came out of nowhere, a project that suddenly requires her to stay at the office until 10 p.m. I'm working late tonight. And you say, okay, I'll save you some dinner. But here's the question you should be asking. Is she really working? Let me tell you something about this phrase. It's the most commonly used excuse for infidelity. Why? Because it's believable. It's reasonable. It doesn't raise immediate suspicion. And most importantly, it gives her hours of unaccounted time. Now, before you spiral, understand this. Not every woman who works late is cheating. But when working late becomes a pattern, when it's happening more often than it used to, when the explanations are vague and the details don't add up, that's when you need to pay attention. Here's what to watch for. Does she work late but her paycheck doesn't reflect the overtime? Does she come home looking more energized and exhausted? Does she shower immediately when she gets home? Does she keep her phone face down and get defensive when you ask about her day? These aren't definitive signs of cheating, but they are signs that something doesn't add up. Because here's the thing about affairs. They don't happen in the middle of the day when everyone's watching. They happen in the stolen hours, the late nights, the working late excuses that create windows of opportunity. And the genius of this phrase is that it's almost impossible to disprove. You can't show up at her office without looking insane. You can't demand proof without seeming controlling. You can't question her without being accused of not trusting her. So she has all the power, and you have all the doubt. But here's what you can do. You can observe the pattern. You can notice if the late nights coincide with other changes in her behavior. You can pay attention to whether she's more distant, more secretive, more defensive. And if your gut is screaming at you that something's wrong, don't ignore it. Because your gut isn't paranoid. It's pattern recognizing. It's picking up on micro signals your conscious mind hasn't processed yet. The way she tenses when you ask about work. The way she changes her story. The way she avoids eye contact when she says she's working late. Those signals are your body's way of saying, something here doesn't make sense. So trust that, not in a way that makes you accusatory, but in a way that makes you aware. And if you need to, verify. Not by spying, not by going through her phone, but by asking direct questions and seeing how she responds. You've been working late a lot recently. Is everything okay at work? Is there something going on I should know about? If she's honest, she'll explain. If she's hiding something, she'll deflect. Either way, you'll have your answer. Phrase 5. I think we need some time apart. This is the nuclear option. The phrase that sounds like a relationship timeout, but is actually a relationship exit strategy. I think we need some time apart. And suddenly, you're in limbo. You're not broken up, but you're not together. You're supposed to give her space, but you don't know what that means. You're supposed to wait, but you don't know what you're waiting for. Here's what this phrase really means. She's testing what life looks like without you while keeping you as a backup plan. Let me be brutally honest. When a woman asks for time apart, she's not trying to fix a relationship. She's trying to end it without taking full responsibility. She's creating distance so she can explore other options without technically cheating. Because in her mind, if you're on a break, then whatever she does during that break doesn't count as betrayal. She can talk to other men. She can go on dates. She can sleep with someone else. And then, if it doesn't work out, she can come back to you and say, I just needed to figure things out. But here's the truth. The moment she asks for time apart, she's already emotionally checked out. She's already decided that you're not what she wants. She just hasn't finalized it yet. And you're supposed to sit there and wait? You're supposed to put your life on hold while she figures out if you're good enough? No. Here's what you do. You set a boundary. If you need time apart, that's your choice. But I'm not going to wait around while you figure things out. If you want to leave, leave. But don't expect me to be here when you come back. Because the man who waits is the man who gets used. The man who sets a boundary is the man who keeps his dignity. She'll either realize what she's about to lose and come back immediately, or she'll walk away. And either way, you win. Because you respected yourself enough not to be someone's backup plan. Phrase 6. You deserve someone better than me. This is a confession disguised as humility. You deserve someone better than me. And you, being the good guy you are, say, no, don't say that. You're amazing. But here's what she's really telling you. I've done something I can't take back, and I'm trying to ease my guilt by making this about you. When a woman says you deserve better, she's not complimenting you. She's confessing. She's admitting that she's already betrayed you, and she's trying to soften the blow by making it seem like she's doing you a favor. This phrase is her way of preparing you for the breakup. It's her way of shifting the narrative so that when the truth comes out, she can say, I told you that you deserved better. Don't fall for it. If she truly believed you deserved better, she would have been better. She would have been loyal. She would have respected you. But she didn't. And now she's trying to let herself off the hook by pretending this is about your value instead of her actions. So when you hear this phrase, don't comfort her. Don't reassure her. Ask her directly. Why are you saying this? What have you done? Her answer will tell you everything. Conclusion. These 6 phrases aren't random. They are patterns. Patterns that reveal what's really happening beneath the surface. And once you know them, you can't unhear them. The next time she says so-and-so understands me, you'll know what she's really saying. The next time she says I'm working late, you'll know what to look for. The next time she asks for space, you'll know what it really means. This isn't about being paranoid. This is about being aware. Because the man who ignores these signs is a man who gets blindsided. But the man who recognizes them, he protects himself. He sets boundaries. He refuses to be played. You deserve a woman who's transparent, who's honest, who doesn't make you question reality. And if the woman you're with is using these phrases, then you need to ask yourself, is this a relationship you want to fight for? If this opened your eyes, if you recognize even one of these phrases, then don't ignore it. Subscribe to Stoic Eyes. Share this with a brother who needs to hear it. And comment below, I see the pattern. Because awareness is the first step to protecting yourself. And once you see it, you'll never be blind again. Until next time, stay strong, stay aware, and never ignore your gut. This is Stoic Eyes.